Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Poor Man's Bonsai. It's been quite some time. I apologize for that. I've been majorly slacking off on the videos, so I'm going to try to get back into that. Have a few more that are going to come out soon as well, so kind of trying to film a couple around the same time. But it's good to be back, and I thought a fun sort of plant to feature as I jump back into videos would be this Cape Honeysuckle. Now, I've featured a Cape Honeysuckle in the past, years ago, on a video. Sadly, that one has died. But this one I've had since earlier this year. I bought it at Home Depot, not in this pot, not with this soil or anything. I bought it just in a nursery pot. I think it was $7, the plant. And these make really cool bonsais. In my opinion, they're almost sort of ready to go when you buy them. At least you could. When you see them at a nursery, what I typically do is I'll kind of look around. I'll look through 5, 10 of them, different ones in 1-gallon pots, and I'll try to find one that has the coolest trunk. And so I thought this one looked really good. Let me get my one-armed fisherman out of the way here. But this one's, and push this wire down. This one's got a nice trunk that just kind of comes up and curves. And so what I do is I sort of just grab a bunch and I'll look through them and find the best looking one. But for $7, it's really hard to beat for a plant that you can start to make look like a bonsai very quickly. So I bought it earlier this year in the spring and repotted it immediately, or close to immediately, into this pot. And yeah, so I was just looking at it today and thought, you know, I got to start making videos again. And what sort of inspired me was the fact that it has these beautiful blooms, and thought that would look nice on the video. So I'm going to trim it today, but by trimming it, I'm just going to pull off some of the dead or dying branches, or even just the ones that I feel like are getting in the way. So kind of do a turn so you can see the plant. But these are really awesome. These make great bonsai. $7, $7 or $8. You can't beat that for, I mean, I guess free would be beating it, but for the most part, you can't beat that for if you want just to put a plant in a bonsai pot and have it look pretty bonsai-ish right away. So and super easy to find. These are very popular shrubs and plants, and people use them all over here in Southern California. I see them everywhere as I'm driving around. So they're very easy to find. You can find them at just about any nursery, at least where I'm at in my area. But they're easy to find. They're really affordable, and they're pretty. Their foliage is pretty dense, and the leaves just look, or the flowers are really cool. So let's get a little bit closer, and then I'll do some work, some very light work, just kind of tidying this one up. All right. Okay, here we are a little bit closer. And, you know, I have my pruners here, but I don't even think I'm going to use them. Reason being is because the way that the leaves are on this, or the branches, it's almost like there's a leaf stem, and there's a lot of little leaves that come off of it. So the branch structure is a little bit unique with this, as opposed to maybe like a deciduous tree, like a maple or a mulberry or something. Just it looks a little bit different. So what I think I'm going to do is, rather than trim off leaves, for now I'm just going to sort of pluck off the stems that have some leaves that look like they're dying. So for example, over here, I'm going to just pull them off. You can see, like I was saying, it's a stem with multiple leaves, and it had flowered earlier in the summer. So I'll just pull some of those off and hopefully just clear it up a little bit. There's a dead one here. Very simple, I'm not going to do a lot. A few dead ones there. But if I'm recalling, I believe the one that I had years ago that looked pretty similar to this, actually. I believe that one that might have been, there was a time I went out of town 3 or 4 years ago for a weekend, and I didn't think it was going to get that hot. It was already in like November or something, and it got hot that weekend, or late October or something like that, and I ended up losing a couple plants in one weekend because of that. Very sad. My fault. I should have just had someone come and water them, or put them in the shade, maybe soaking in a basin or something. But these are pretty hardy, at least in my experience, besides the one that I killed. And as I was saying earlier, really easy to find for cheap. So, you know, I will get my pruners here and just trim a few of the dead branches off. But you can see just in a little bit of trimming, it's already, let me see if I could use my shirt as a backdrop. It's already a lot more open. Aren't these cool looking? So easy, so affordable. I've just got it in sort of a potting soil and crushed lava rock mixture, and I wired it in place. I should trim these wire back though, or hide it a little bit so it doesn't look so hokey. But it is doing okay. I mean, we've got some light green growth on top. All the tops have light green growth. So, lost a flower. So, I think it's doing okay. I will try to keep this one alive. Trunk looks a little interesting. It's darker in color. Hopefully I'm not overwatering it. But I've found over the summer that it gets so hot here where I'm at that there are certainly times where I've found it and the whole thing is wilted, and I freak out, and I put water in it, and then within a couple hours it's like all back up. So I have to worry about also not underwatering this. But hopefully I'm not experiencing any kind of like rotting down by the trunk. And I'm trying to remember, maybe that's how my first one died. I really can't remember. It's been years. It was the one that was actually my channel picture, profile picture for a while. It was that plant. I was sad to see it go. So let's put our little one-armed fisherman back in. He's not even fishing because his fishing arm fell off. But there we go. Let's do some close-ups, and that's all I'm going to do on this. Pretty simple Cape honeysuckle, very easy, and maybe as fall goes on or as spring goes on, I will do some more like shaping of it. But this naturally has, I think, some really good branch structure, and again, super easy. And like I was saying earlier, just go to a nursery and if you see a plant that looks really cool, that might be a cool bonsai, and it's like at a big box store like Home Depot or Walmart or something, just kind of browse through them, and chances are you'll find one that you could pretty easily do a little bit of trimming to and make look almost like an instant bonsai. So let's do some close-ups and we'll be done.